In order to understand the function of accounts classification, let's take a look at the balance sheet and profit and loss. If you are a novice in accounting, it is best leave this topic to your accountant. At Reports, select General Ledger. We shall now take a look at the balance sheet first. Click OK. In the balance sheet presentation, there's a main classification called fixed asset, current asset, accumulated depreciation, current liability. Within each classification, there are sub-items, for example, furniture and fittings, motor vehicle, office equipment, renovation, under the classification of fixed asset. And within current asset, there are accounts like banks, cash in hand, petty cash, purchase deposit, trade debtors control, all under current assets. And current liabilities, there are accruals, provision for tax, etc. And share capital and unappropriated profit and loss are accounts classification. And for profit and loss, you have classification like sales income, cost of sales, general expense, administrative expenses, distribution, and so on and so forth. And the individual accounts will be classified under the relevant classification. For example, audit fee and secretarial fee will be under professional expenses. At account setup, there is a setting for accounts classification as shown here. The class code A00, B00, C00, and so on and so forth are preset by the system. Do not change the setting. Take note that from A00 onwards to J00 are all balance sheet items, and from K00 onwards to R00 are profit and loss items. At chart of accounts, when you want to create a new accounts code, click Add. You'll be required to indicate to the system this accounts code will be classified under which classification, whether it's a fixed asset or a current asset or cost of sales or expenses. In each individual accounts, you can see that the classification is being presented as shown here. And all accounts will need to have a classification, failing which the system will not allow you to save. For example, you will have this message. This will allow the system to present the individual accounts into the appropriate reports. You can change the classification name by highlighting it and click Edit. By changing the fixed asset to long-term asset, click Save. And you can add on new classification. For example, plant and machinery. So that when you create a chart of accounts, click on the magnifying glass and select the relevant class code, plant and machinery. In the balance sheet, the bank account is in negative even though it's classified as current asset. You can change this to a current liability. Go back to chart accounts, highlight on the relevant accounts, click edit. This is currently set at current asset. Click the magnifying glass and select current liability. Click save. Return back to the reports. And the bank will be presented in the current liability now. You have successfully learned how to maintain and manage the accounts classification in the real-time system.